to begin with our next presentation for the day. Okay, you guys can see me. Can you hear me okay? We'll be going back to the main stage shortly with an incredible group of speakers, including Lee Holden, the Qigong master that many of you guys have seen on PBS. Over 20 million people have taken his programs. We have a special guest speaker, a Mindvalley legend who just flew in from Hawaii to take the stage for 10 minutes to share some profound wisdom with you. We're going to keep that a surprise. I'll be talking about our Mindvalley Manifesting Mastery Program and sharing with you some of the incredible case studies from the 1,000 students who enrolled in that program last year. And then we're going to wrap up the day with the one and only Gwyneth Paltrow, the iconic actress, entrepreneur, the brilliant mind behind Goop. And I'm so excited to be on stage with Gwyneth, interviewing this living icon on her life, her work, and her spiritual beliefs and the way she has manifested, winning an Oscar for Best Actress in her 20s, starting a massive multi-million-dollar health and wellness empire with her company Goop, and becoming one of the most famous individuals on the planet today. So I hope you guys are excited to see Gwyneth Paltrow on the Mindvalley stage. Now, what I want to talk to you about today is something that I believe is really important. As many of us are getting clarity on the life that we want to manifest, we're doing it oblivious to just how rapidly the world is changing right now. If you've been watching the news and noticing what's happening now with exponential technologies, the world is going through an accelerated change, and the way we work, the way we function, the way we take care of our health, all of this is changing so dramatically that many of the goals and visions that we have in our head are in some ways outdated. In this next presentation, today and then during lunch tomorrow, I'm going to take you through a concept that I'm working on called Soul Pact. That's spelled SOULPACT. It is 8 things that I want you to think about and write down that have to do with how you manifest your future career. Because the way jobs work, radically changing. More and more companies are going from massive companies to smaller companies, teams of 1, 2, and 3, doing billions of dollars in revenue. The way we think about our work week is changing. Because AI is improving so fast, and now robots are coming along, what's likely going to happen is that we're going to see work weeks decrease. And so what happens is that time becomes a commodity. What do we do with all of this extra time? So the Soul Pact is simply eight questions that I want, and I'm going to guide you through it. We're going to answer these questions, and these questions are designed to help you create a life that is truly yours, a life of incredible quality of life. Remember my message from this morning when I said, if you really want to manifest an incredible career, don't forget to nail the quality of life aspects, because what you don't want is to accidentally manifest a job where you're working 70 hours a week for low salary, or a career where you may feel fulfilled, but you've alienated your family, your kids, because you just don't have time for them. Or worse, you are making tons of money. Abundance is good, but your body is broken because you've forgotten healthcare and wellness. So I'm going to share some slides with you because I want you to really grasp it. And we're going to do this unique protocol together. Give me a second to simply adjust the screen and bring up Soul Pack. Okay, you should be able to see this shortly. And by the way, thank you all for joining us from all around the world. I know it may be late where some of you guys are. Hopefully you're excited to stay up for Gwyneth. And of course, if this is an inconvenient time zone and it's bedtime and you need to get to sleep, go get some sleep. We have the replay happening at 2 a.m., right? 2 a.m. LA time?
Yes.
Okay, now let's get started with Soul Pack. SoulPack is a model for work, health, and flow. It's a way to think about your career in such a way where you are able to create the abundance that you want, the meaning, the mission that you crave without knocking yourself out. SoulPack is based on our understanding of how rapidly the world is changing in the coming years. Firstly, we're going into the last normal year of human history. AI is growing at a very rapid pace. What you're seeing in AI right now is generative AI. It's art, it's music, it's video, it's text. You know what's the biggest use of AI right now? Therapy. More people are using AI as their personal coach and therapist than people using AI, for example, for editing. So AI is growing fast, but what people don't understand is this. AI is growing so fast, it's doubling in power every 3.3 months. Because it's doubling in power every 3.3 months, the AI that you experience 1 year from now is going to be 16 times as powerful as what you see today. 2 years from now, 256 times more powerful. This just has to do with the doubling. 5 years from now, take a guess, put it in the chat. How much more powerful would AI be 5 years from now if it's increasing in power by 16 times every year? The correct answer is 1,000,000. AI by 2030 is going to be 1,000,000 times more powerful. Now, I know some of you are saying you don't like AI. Hear me out for a second, okay? I believe that this is going to usher in a golden age. We're going to go from this year, we're going to a these are AI employees. Now, I know this can sound scary because some people may lose their job to AI. But what AI agents will also allow you to do is to build really efficient companies. The futurist Peter Diamandis said the next $1 billion company might be a team of 3 people. But this is where it gets wilder. Remember, in 2 years, AI is going to be 256 times more powerful. This is where we'll start seeing physical AI. Robotic companies like Figure are already saying that within 2 years, you'll be able to buy your own C3PO to help you with household chores. This is coming. It's not the future anymore. It's 2 years away. Now, we can be afraid of it, but based on everything I'm seeing, this is what I believe is going to happen. I believe AI is going to help us with human flourishing. You can view AI as a artificial intelligence, an alien intelligence, or you can view AI for what it really is. It is all of us connected. All our dreams, all our poetry, all our wisdom, all our writing, all our philosophies, all our music, all our art, connected through the World Wide Web with an intelligent layer around it, so that all of us, every single node in humanity, can access the grand creative output of humanity and amplify our potential. What this means is we'll be able to use AI to potentially solve global warming. We're going to use AI to accelerate the discovery of cancer drugs. Our lifespans are going to go to 120. We'll figure out how to use AI to create a human society that can live, as in that picture, in harmony with nature. And one of the most important things, we're going to use AI to dematerialize work. 100 years ago, the work week in America was 7 days, 12 hours a day for 7 days. Then Henry Ford comes in and he creates the modern factory plant. And he decides, rightfully, that his workers are going to work 5 days a week, 9 to 5. He creates the 9 to 5 work week, which we now follow pretty much everywhere in the world. AI is about to Henry Ford work again. And it's very likely that we will go down to a 3-day work week. In fact, Bill Gates just said, we're going to go down to a 2-day work week. So what would life look like when you have a 5-day weekend? What would life look like when you'd want to build a $1 billion company, but you only have to work 2 days a week and you only need a team of 2 people? What would life look like when you have access to all of the intelligence in the world simply on your iPhone? What would you do with that? And what does that mean for what it means to be human? So, what I want to teach you is a simple formula so that we end up with the best of humanity. So, firstly, while AI is growing, there is a risk. Let's acknowledge that. Computer games are going to get more addictive. Virtual reality worlds are going to get more real. I'm genuinely afraid that our children may grow up hooked with virtual reality headsets plugged into computers. I don't like that future. What we want to create instead is a future where, rather than be hooked in virtual worlds, we are fully immersed in our physical world. In our 5-day weekends, we are able to go hiking. We're able to connect with friends and family. We're able to spend more time getting to know our children. We're able to travel the world. We're able to create for the sake of creating. This is where Soul Pack comes in. It's a new thesis on how human beings should think about their goals in a world where work is going to slowly start shrinking. And it's a model where hopefully we avoid the dangerous addictions that AI can create. So, Soulpack is really easy to remember. Let's start with the first letter, S, simplicity. So many of us, especially live in the Western world, we are trained to set goals for complexity. I want to have a company with 1,000 people. I want to have an empire that has this piece and this piece and this piece. But what happens when you can have AI that can run your entire company? Could you maybe run a company doing millions in dollars with great products around the world from the comfort of a hut in Bali with no employees or just maybe 1 or 2 employees? Complexity is not brilliance. It is a tax on your nervous system. And so I want you and I encourage you to start thinking about how can we set goals and visions for our life that embrace simplicity. Here's what we mean by the vibe of a simplicity-driven life. Don't think about businesses with thousands of employees. Think about businesses with 1 to 5 humans and AI managing it. Think about your systems running without micromanagement. Set goals where you can take a week off every month and nothing collapses. And you measure success by how little you have to manage. So I want you to take out a pen and I want you to write this down. I want you to think the opposite of go big. I want you to write this down. My business is only, and underline the word only. My business is only 3 people. My business is only run in 20 hours a week. My business is only people working from home. And therefore, I can work from a Balinese hut if I choose to. What is your business only? So that's the first S. Now let's go on to the O. The O stands for opportunity. About 2 years ago, I was in Dubai and I met this incredible billionaire. We were introduced and someone told me I really got to go and have coffee with this guy. What was supposed to be a 45 minutes coffee? We connected so well. We ended up talking for 8 hours. And this billionaire took me to his beautiful home. He took me on to this balcony and he showed me the gorgeous view of the Palm Jumeirah from his balcony. And I looked out there and it was the most incredible view I'd ever seen from any home, ever. And I've been to Bill Gates' homes, I've been to Richard Branson's home. This view was majestic. And this billionaire, his name is Wayne, turned to me. Wayne had taken 7 companies public and he said, Vishin, you know what it takes to be a billionaire? And I go, what? And he goes, I'll tell you, but you won't do it. And I go, what do you mean? Just tell me. He goes, work only 21 hours a week. I asked him, what do you mean? Isn't that too little? He goes, no. I work Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, 7 hours a day. I don't want to overwork because in 7 hours I can get about everything done. I keep Monday and Friday free for opportunity. So I said, to explain. Wayne says, by choosing to get your work done in just 3 days a week, 7 hours a day, that's 21 days a week, I build companies. I built 7 of them and taken them public, where I'm forced to hire the right people, think about process, think about simplicity. By keeping Mondays and Fridays free, if a friend calls me up and says, hey, Wayne, fly to London and let's check out this investment property, I can leave Thursday evening, go to London, hang out with my friend, enjoy the vibrancy of the city, fly back Monday and be back at work on Tuesday. Billions come from creating space for opportunity. This really hit me powerfully. So my question to you is, are you creating opportunity in your life? What does a life of opportunity look like? You wake up with space, not urgency. You don't have to sacrifice your sleep for a 9 a.m. meeting. You say yes to podcasts, partnership, or a trip to Portugal. Your calendar is curated, not crammed. You grow into the kind of person opportunity chases. You make room for magic, and therefore magic finds you. The question I want you to answer is this: I create opportunity in my life by, how would you answer that? It could be I create opportunity in my life by keeping Fridays completely free of meetings, by working from home every Thursday and Friday. I create opportunity in my life by stopping work at 5 p.m. and then going into learning mode. I create opportunity in my life by enrolling in programs that educate me, that help me grow, so I'm never stuck at the same level. I create opportunity in my life by blocking out 3 hours a week to go deep into personal mastery. And I take those 3 hours not from my family, but from work. How do you create opportunity? Would anybody want to share in the chat if you have a really good example? Go ahead and type it out in the chat. I create opportunity in my life by, and you can just answer the by. Beautiful. By starting my day with meditation, by talking to more new people, by doing less, by freeing Friday from meetings. I like that one. By trusting the universe. Too fluffy. Get specific. By 3 hours a day teaching myself AI. By taking personal growth programs to level up with. Okay, now we come to the U, uniqueness. So in a world where AI is a million times smarter and so much can be created so easily with AI, remember that talking baby vision that I shared with you? I created that myself with AI. I taught myself how to do the entire thing in 30 minutes, and then it took me about 1 hour to create that, just with AI. And so we can create so many incredible things with AI. Therefore, what makes us human? It is our unique edge. And your unique edge is this: it is something about you that nobody else has. And typically, to get there, you combine two fields. What do? I combine meditation with computer engineering. So I built a spiritual platform, Mindvalley, that today you can walk into any Apple store in the world, any Apple reseller, 200,000 Apple stores. Go to the iPad, and the Mindvalley app is featured by Apple on the iPad, which is pretty freaking cool because A, it's Apple. Secondly, this is an app on spirituality. But I did it because I combined two unique fields, computer engineering with meditation. What two or three fields are you combining? The vibe of a life where you know your unique edge looks like this. People come to you for what only you can do. Your weirdness is your marketing. You don't chase relevance, you define what is relevant. You feel proud to be uncopyable because your unique edge is specifically you. The question you want to answer is, I am known for my unique edge in my case, I am known for my unique edge combining spirituality with engineering. What is your unique edge? And it's okay if you don't know it. So some of you are saying nutrition. Your unique edge has to have at least two words. It could be nutrition. My unique edge is teaching nutrition with humor. My unique edge is teaching computer science with empathy. My unique edge is that I have a bakery that combines healthy food with tasty food. And many people are saying, I love my unique edge. My unique edge is approaching medical clients with grace. My unique edge is writing children's books based on social policy and my PhD. Find your unique edge. And remember, it normally is 2 or 3 different circles that intersect. Okay, so you have the S The S is simplicity. You have the O. We're spelling out the word soul. The old is I create a life of opportunity. You have the U. The U is your unique edge. And now we're going to go to the L. Now, as you're writing this, notice what you're doing. Remember the story of Life book? And I showed you how I wrote down that life I want to create? This is what you're doing. You're actually writing down the life that you want to create, the business that you want to create, and you're bending the rules a little. You don't need to believe in the 45-hour work week. You don't need to believe in work being boring. But now we come to L. L is love. What would you do simply because you love doing it? I shared the story about how I love acting. I love doing comedy. I love auditioning for movies. I don't do it because I need the money. I just do it because I like it. I love storytelling. I hope you enjoyed my talk, and I hope I made you laugh a bit. I just love doing that. What do you do for love? The vibe of being able to work in an area that you love looks like this. You get to create things without asking, will it sell? You lose track of time doing something that lights you up. I have friends who are learning music right now. They're using AI, they're learning DJing, they're producing music. They don't care for anyone to listen to their music. They know how competitive that industry is. They're doing it because they're having so much fun. Your art, your movement, your curiosity, they all have a seat at the table. You trust that your joy of doing what you love leads to incredible breakthroughs. So the question you want to answer here is this. I follow what I love by regularly dash. So I might write, I follow what I love by writing 2 chapters a day of my book. I follow what I love by creating humorous, inspiring speeches. What would you do? How do you follow what you love? And by the way, this can be completely separate from your business. I was listening to an interesting interview by Professor Scott Galloway, amazing professor, multiple universities. He's all over the news. He's just a brilliant mind, and he's very direct, and that's why people love him. And Scott Galloway says, you know, at my university, we bring in all of these guest speakers. They'll give an inspiring talk, and they'll always end with the dumbest piece of advice that you can give a college student. And that dumb piece of advice is this: follow your passion. Scott said, no. You want to make money? Don't follow your passion. You want to make money, pick a boring industry. And that's where you're going to have the highest profit margins. If you want to get into music, into theater, into personal growth, lower margins, because everyone wants to be there, right? You're paying the fun tax. But if you want to go into sewage, you want to go into food manufacturing, you want to go into machine parts, those are boring, but that's where you have higher margins. Go into the boring business. So then what did it mean by follow your passion? Follow your passion. But your passion and your business can be 2 separate things. You can literally run a factory making screwdrivers. Profit margin, good. Not necessarily going to be fun. But then you can also follow your passion of maybe learning how to play the guitar, traveling around the world, learning different languages. Your passion and your career do not have to be the same thing. And this is something I wish more people recognize. Don't make the mistake of thinking that you have to follow your passion and create a business in your passion. That only works for the 1%. I was lucky. I was in the 1% of meditation teachers. It only works for the 1%. If you're not in the 1%, stop trying to make your passion the moneymaker. Do your passion because you love it. Do it for love. Get a business that may be boring, that will make you money. So I want you to answer, I follow what I love by regularly doing what? Thank you, guys. So we'll stop here for the SOUL. Okay? And then we'll go on tomorrow to the next part of it, where we'll talk about the PACT of the soul path. The P, of course, stands for purpose. What I want to do now is be here for you to take any important questions that you guys have. And let me check with my team. Hey, Jaideep, how much time do we have before leave? 2 minutes. 2 minutes? Okay. I'd love to